So Lou, tell us what brought you to the Good Samaritan Shelter.
Well, what happened with me was I relapsed on alcohol and drugs, and I went to treatment. I got into treatment, fortunately, with Valley Forge, and fortunately they kept me 28 days, and I couldn't return to where I was living. And my case manager called here at the shelter to see if I can get a room, and they accepted me, and they got me a bed, and since then I found some work. You know, it's not every day because of the weather, but I found some work enough to pay my bills.
And Lou, talk about that a little bit. What does that do for you? How does that make you feel to find work?
It makes me feel good that I'm not one for just walking the streets to kill time, you know, or hanging out somewhere in a coffee shop all day. You know, to go in and get a cup of coffee and talk with the boys for a minute or two is fine, but I'm not the kind of guy to hang loose, you know, for 8 hours, just like I say, just to kill time.
So you've been able to find a job since you've been at the shelter, and that's helped your self-esteem.
Right, exactly.
Okay, it's helped you feel good about yourself. What about plans for leaving here, Lou? What do you...
Well, I just got into house number 104. That gives me a year. I've been up there about 3 weeks now. So my goal is to save enough money and be able to... I like the town of Phoenixville, and most of my connections from the program and friends from work are right here in Phoenixville. So I like to stay in Phoenixville.
And so Lou, you were in our emergency shelter
Yes.
for a short period of time.
Yes.
But then your stay there was up, and you moved into our transitional housing program.
Correct.
Which gives you a longer period of time. What would you have done if our transitional housing program wasn't available?
Nate, to be honest with you, I'd probably be homeless, because I have no family to talk about. I got one daughter who's married and got a newborn baby. She lives out of the area, and no one else to help me out. So I'm pretty much sure I'll be homeless.
So you can really see the benefit of our transitional housing program.
Big time.
Yeah, because it's given you time to attend meetings, right? To maintain your sobriety.
Right. I go to AA meetings every day when I'm not working, twice a day, which fortunately the clubhouse where we have the AA meetings is right in town. So that's another connection I got that makes me want to stay in Phoenixville.
And you're working now, so I'm hoping, Lou, that soon you're going to sign up for our match savings program.
I'm hoping too, Mr. Nate.
And what are your plans for leaving here?
I haven't thought that far ahead, but I'd like to have an automobile by then. I'd like to be up on my bank account, build a bank account, and be able to get my own room.
So, and let's end with this. All the people who, support the Good Samaritan Shelter and who give to us to make this possible, what would you tell those people? Why is it important that they give to the shelter?
Because the shelter is always in need, okay? And it costs money to run the shelter, probably a lot of money. It costs money to run this office, to run the houses, the transitional houses, the upkeep, which is a constant thing.
Good. So you would encourage those people to continue?
I would definitely encourage them to keep giving, and the old saying, what goes around comes around.